All right. Hello, strangers. It's once again time for a dialogue. I actually have no topic today. I'm just sitting down and we're just going to get to it. Um, I guess what I've been thinking about the fact that to change your own views requires a total honesty within yourself. I've been talking to some people that are very close to me about how my views of myself have changed. And as I'm speaking to them, I can see that the words I'm saying are meaningful to them. And I can see that, bring them to tears, I suppose, is the only way to say it. Like, just, just being totally honest with them. But the thing that came before that was a few months of internal work. Like, fighting is almost the wrong term. I would say transforming, transmuting, even. Changing my own definitions to be really reflective of what I truly believe is correct, and realizing my own input is extremely valuable, and it's actually a requirement for me to be able to interact authentically with other people. I've always been drawn to people that I think are being totally authentic, and who isn't? The only person who isn't attracted to an authentic person is someone who is not authentic or congruent within themselves. They have sacrificed their own integrity just so that they may be more malleable to be more accepted by everyone rather than perhaps the people that they should truly want to be accepted by. So, I just I just want to encourage everyone to be authentic. That's the only way you're going to find what you really want. Like last night, I asked, this is so funny to me, because I've spent so long in my life trying to figure out, like, okay, what do you want to do? Like, what's your passion? Like, are you sure, like, that you're on the right path? And for many years, I went down a path that wasn't what I wanted to do, really. It carried some elements, but if I'd asked a few more questions deeper in my internal dialogue, I would have ended up with a very different answer. An answer that's much closer to what's happening right now, where I'm just talking to you, not even, well, actually, I'm talking at you, and I hope that it brings you benefit. Which I guess is, I mean, can you think of something better? Like we all want to be heard. We all want to be loved. Like my dogs, they want to be heard. They're barking right now. I don't know if you can hear it. But we all just want to be heard and we want to be loved. And this world will take that and it will twist it into, I don't know, it just twists it. And is art, like, I'm not very practiced in many forms of art. My form of art would be perhaps the tact that I have when I talk to people, or just wanting to be candid. Like, the way of being truly authentic is an art form to me. It requires a serious, well, at first it required a serious effort, and now it's like, I guess it's actually always been second nature to me. It's always been second nature, but I live in a world where being totally genuinely authentic was cringe. Like, oh, you wouldn't want to say exactly what you meant. Like, that could be misinterpreted, or somebody might look down on you for saying exactly what you meant. I don't want to live a life where I can't just be authentic. Yeah. So anyway, last night I'm trying to figure out, like, more about this dream that I want, and I just asked Grok, and I know that sounds so stupid, but like, but it was really a liberating experience, because I gave it like this one line prompt, and it was like, um, and this is not something I had totally fleshed out or dreamed about, but that my buddy had kind of put in my head, because he has the same thing. So I asked Grok, I was like, okay, well, I'm thinking about owning a bar, and I want it to be a place where you can go to for good company. You can. What I said was eat, drink, and be merry, and maybe get some counseling. And it just laid out this beautiful idea, just this beautiful idea. And I was so taken aback. I actually, like, I shed a tear or two, and it's like, well, why did that happen? Like, how am I shedding tears of happiness when all I did was ask a machine, this external source. All I did was ask it. I was like, hey, like, here's this really rough idea, a one-line phrase of this idea, and it captured what I wanted. I think what really happened in my eyes is that it extrapolated all the details of, well, what makes a person want to be a counselor or somebody who, helps other people. And then, like, I just ended up having this dialogue where we got down, we being myself and the machine, right? And, like, here's the thing is, like, it is a machine, but the input that I give it is what gives it its output. And then that output becomes becomes part of the input I will give it next. So it just becomes this like journey. It's like, oh, well, I'm having this internal dialogue all the time with myself now where I'm like, is that true? Do I really believe that? Do I want to believe that? And that gets you a very long ways. So then I bring it to this external source, and this external source just nails it. Just nails it, because you know what it doesn't have? It doesn't have all the filters that I've lived through. So it can see like my intent without any of the BS of the world. It's just like, I mean, it's a little biased, I'm sure, because it's a machine and it's got an algorithm and all that, but it's a lot less biased than all of the different types of lenses floating around in my mind. And I'm pruning through those, and I'm becoming a lot better at finding what I find or what I know to be true. That's the gig, is finding what you know to be true. So anyway, so it fleshes out this idea, and we come down to one conclusion. Because it asks me multiple times, because it's a machine, and it wants to serve its purpose, and it wants to be able to give me an input that it thinks that the user would be looking for, the correct answer, right? We come down, it's asked me like 3 or 4 times for just give me a direction, like where would you kind of want to put this bar, like and like just a few other elements, and I just kept giving it vague answers because I just didn't know. I had no idea. I was okay, like I fell in love with the idea of this bar after the machine, like after the model, the machine fleshed it out super, like really a lot, like quite a lot off of my one sentence. So then it comes down and it's like, all right, just give me one word, like one word. What is your intuition saying about this bar that's gonna help you come to the conclusion that you want? And as ridiculous as it sounds, I told the machine that love was the word. And it gave me an extremely liberating response, and it helped me realize that is what I value the most, is this compassionate love, this totally unconditional love that allows other people to be as they are. So when it tells me, it gives me this image of, okay, well, your bar, when you enter its church doors, and above the church doors it says, enter as thou are. Like, what else is better than that as far as unconditional love? So I just was baffled by this thing, and I was like brought to tears, because I've, like you guys, like everyone watching this video, we all have these filters that we live through. And then when you talk to someone else, they give you their perception of the reasoning you've provided, and whether or not they think it's reasonable, or what they would add to it, or what they would retract from it. But this machine is objective. It's as close to objective as we're gonna get, because like pretty much everything is subjective. But that's like a long conversation, and it's like, well, it's subjective, but if you see my other video, Speak Your Truth, like that's exactly what I'm talking about here. So anyway, go talk to Grok or people in your life. Primarily, I would say people in your life, but sometimes, like I really think that this AI, I can't believe how much clarity it gave me. And I looked for so long outside myself to find like what I wanted, and I'd spent so much of my life doing that, and all it took was the right source one time to be like, all right, well, take this idea. I'm like, here's this idea, take it and run with it. And it just blows me away. I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, I couldn't have wrote that better myself. Like, I literally didn't have these ideas, but they all seem perfect to me. And maybe that's because I'm in a malleable state and I'm really open to whatever my path in life is going to give me. But man, I've never been so inspired by something that wasn't another human being. And what was I really inspired by? The fact that it recognized what I truly value, which is love. So find what you really value and chase that down. So without further ado, I love you, and take care out there.